1466 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge mini episode 1466, our Severance Season 1 spoiler-free review. I'm FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our top 5 notes of interest about the most buzzworthy TV show of 2022. Number 5. It's a program about employees for a mysterious corporation who consent to have a chip put into their brains that severs their memories between work and home. Each employee becomes an innie version with a consciousness that only exists at work, and an outie with a consciousness that only exists outside of work. The elevator that transmits employees to work on the basement floor every day activates the chip, causing the transformation at the start and close of work every day. Communication between the two versions of the self is strictly prohibited, as employees are prevented from bringing any writing or other messages into the elevator. As such, no matter how dissatisfied an innie may be with the job, the outie never knows that and just keeps showing up to work every day. This is classified as science fiction, which we're not much into on the whole, but it is at such a gripping level that it goes far beyond science fiction fandom in terms of its ever-widening audience. Number 4. The cast is one of the best that you'll find anywhere, headlined by Adam Scott, Patricia Arquette, John Turturro, and Christopher Walken. But there are other actors who raise their game to contribute just as much as those 4, and it's a joy to see them achieve that level. Trammell Tillman, Britt Lauer, and Zach Cherry in particular. Ben Stiller is an exceptional showrunner, working with amazing material conceptualized by Dan Erickson. The entire venture is essentially a creative all-star game. Number 3. Adam Scott plays the main characters, Innie Mark and Outie Mark. He took the job in macro data refinement at Lumen Industries out of despair, because he was severely grieving the death of his wife Gemma in a car accident, and he believed that he'd be better off not being able to think about her for 40 hours a week. He becomes the department head in the pilot when his best friend at work, Petey, has quit. It turns out that Petey's severance has been partially reversed, and he approaches Outie Mark, who has never met Petey, and a web of intrigue unravels. Petey is replaced by rebellious newcomer Helly, who is the first person that we meet in an unforgettable cold open in the pilot. Others in the department are Dylan, a trash-talking competitor who enjoys racking up company perks, which include weird parties with different types of food, and Irving, a by-the-book employee who reveres Keir Egan, the larger-than-life company founder, whose cult of personality fills every nook and cranny of the workspace. Milchek, their supervisor, can go from cheerful to menacing in a heartbeat, and the boss, Ms. Cobell, is a truly frightening, true believer in Keir who is also up to no good outside the office. Throw in what may or may not be a deadly departmental rivalry with optics and design, the efforts of Outie Mark's family and friends to help him heal, a book that Outie Mark disdains but Innie Mark finds vital in his quest for truth, and loads of mysterious retro cinematography, and it's a recipe for an amazing thriller. Number 2. The through line of Season 1 is that the innies thrown together in macro data refinement, doing mysterious computer work that neither they nor the audience fully understands, become a team in the truest sense, as they all, separately, experience alienation from the company and band together to try to find answers about the true nature of Severance and their outside lives. The glimpses that they get of the reality that they seek prove horrifying, leading to a further quest for answers. Meanwhile, forces are at work outside of Lumen, trying to expose the horrors of Severance, as Mark's bosses try to contain their suddenly troublesome employees as the season ensues. Number 1. Unexpected developments pop up continuously, sometimes adding order to chaos and sometimes increasing chaos. Contradictions abound, weaving together an incredible landscape and always keeping the audience off balance. For example, Lumen is at once as powerful as it seems, yet vulnerable to anything outside the seemingly endless number of scenarios that they could predict. Character motivations do not always remain constant, but always move in a logical direction with the story. All in all, this show has earned the comparisons made by many critics to Breaking Bad and the all-time greats in this golden era of prestige TV. Apple Plus has a huge winner on its hands, and we cannot recommend this show strongly enough. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.